Welcome to Tomorrow Makers, where we explore how we learn, live, work, and play now and in the future. I'm Carlos Ramos.
And I'm Summer Beatty.
Hi, Summer.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So we're talking right before recording this. This is the very first Tomorrow Makers podcast. We're like, how do we make this thing, this Penn College podcast, this thing that's coming to everyone from Pennsylvania College Technology? It's going to have experts and other guests from, not to say that other guests aren't experts, but anyway. So
they're all experts.
Everyone's an expert.
We are declaring that right now, so you know when you're listening to an expert.
So we got all these experts from across Penn College campus community. And we're like, how do we make this relevant? How do we say that this is relevant to everyone else out there? Because it is. How do we do that?
Yeah, I think you did. I feel like if you're listening to this, give us 5 minutes, give us 10 minutes, you will see. I feel like you'll connect with this, regardless if you're here on campus or you're across the nation.
All right.
Check it out.
Perfect. Well, we start things off on a high note, and I think we're going to keep going higher as we go. But, I mean, we set the bar high here with our first guest. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So we have Dr. Nate Woods, and he is our special assistant to the President for Inclusion Transformation. And so before we started the podcast, we sent out a survey, just a bunch of people across campus here. Who should we have on the podcast? And the name that just kept coming up, you got to have Nate on the podcast. So,
yeah, and if you've met Nate, you know why.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully we have a lot of people that don't know Nate. So.
Yeah, sure. And if you don't know Nate, I think, Carlos said, how do we describe Nate? I feel like he's a change maker. I just think he's got that energy. And if you meet him, you will know. And when you hear him, I think you'll also know. So we're really excited about this one.
And because we want this to be a conversation, we thought it made sense. Let's get a student in this. And Jason Lytle, construction management student, he came to us and he's like, why don't you have a podcast? Yeah. I think he said it a lot nicer than that.
He did.
But no, so we thought, great. Yeah, we'll make a podcast, but guess who's going to be on that first one?
Yeah.
So we have Jason.
Yeah, that's great.
So we got a little bit of back and forth with Jason and with Nate, and we got some new equipment, and we played with the equipment, and that didn't go so wonderfully, but it is wonderful.
Let them decide. Maybe they'll love it.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
So, without further ado, here it is, Tomorrow Makers, a Penn College podcast. Enjoy.
Enjoy. This is so legit.
We are recording now. So, yeah.
All right.
What's
Here we
happening?
Oh, it didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Wildcat way. Oh, my goodness.
We still don't know the name of this podcast. It could be Wildcast.
I think are we into that? The Wildcats?
I don't think so.
I don't think we're into that, no. Everybody likes Tomorrow Makers.
Yeah. Welcome to the Tomorrow Makers. No, I did it again. But
okay.
I can't go to the Tomorrow Makers, the Penn College podcast. It's got to be Tomorrow Makers. Welcome to Tomorrow Makers, the Penn College podcast.
Yes, you got it.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
It's actually strong with the music, too. That makes so much sense.
Oh, but it's not long enough.
No.
It stopped.
We're going to have to come up with some of our own music. Yeah. All right. I'm Carlos.
And I'm Summer.
And we're here with Jason. And do we say Dr. Woods, or do you want to go more informal?
We can go informal. We're here.
All right.
Yeah, we're hanging out.
All right. We're here with Nate Woods. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, so I'm Jason Weedle. I'm a student here at Penn College in the construction management program. I'm also a student ambassador and a resident assistant. So, yeah.
You want me to follow that up?
You got it.
Okay, so I'm Nate Woods, special assistant to the President for Inclusion. I don't have anything else. You named
you don't?
Things.
I thought your title was Inclusion Transformation. You left. It's not.
So special assistant to the President for Inclusion. Oh, transformation.
You left off the heavy word there.
Goodness.
Transformation.
Yeah. My goodness, I'm slipping.
I thought maybe we were done. We're done transforming.
Now
you
did your
made
job.
it happen.
Not in a year. Not in a year. No, so special assistant to the president for inclusion transformation. I spend so much time talking about the inclusion portion that because that's the real work is when you do the inclusion piece, the transformation happens. And so whoever came up with my title were forward thinking and they really thought through that. So that's cool. But I'm sitting beside Jason. Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, this is awesome. I'm really looking forward to good conversation today.
No doubt.
Yeah, and Jason, you just came from a final this morning, right?
I did. So last one of the semester. So I'm excited.
What are you doing this summer?
I have an internship lined up back at home for a general contractor. We're doing some redevelopment in downtown Pittston, right on Main Street. So I'm looking
Nice.
forward to that.
Nice.
Redevelopment.
Yep.
Jeez, man. Amazing.
So
Amazing.
I'm excited. So, all right, let's get started here.
All right, let's work.
All right. So just kind of keeping it informal. It's been a little bit since we talked. So,
So true.
how's everything been?
It's good. So family is great. I love being on campus and I love the people. I just spent, 2 days ago, I was working in dining services. So I worked there from 7 to 2 serving. And I think that this is what's amazing is you get an opportunity to, truly, we get an opportunity. I get the privilege to go and work in different areas and departments to better understand the culture. And so that's been probably the most rewarding piece so far is getting to know everyone and spend time with them.
Oh yeah.
So that's what's been happening
Nice. Yeah. So nothing new. I mean, I feel like you've been doing that
since I started.
since you started. Oh yeah. So so kind of going off a little bit of our conversation already with your title, Special Assistant to the President for Inclusion Transformation. It's a tall order. So the word transformation is powerful. It holds a lot of power there. So can you walk us through a little bit of what you do here in your role at Penn College?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that happen. If I could just simplify it, what I do here on Penn College is twofold. So I work on systematic change and then programming. And that's really the basis of what I do. So systematic is the things, if you look at construction, the systematic portion are the things that I do behind the walls, like the electric, the plumbing, the things people don't see, but it allows you to function at a greater capacity within your home. And then there's the programming portion, which is the things that you see. So the beautiful kitchen, the bathroom. Oh, the tile is nice. That type of thing. So it's the programming, the things that people see that makes the systematic work easier because they have a visible or something that's visual and tangible that they can touch. So they can say, oh, I see now what Nate was talking about because we have programming for that. It makes sense now. But it's the real work, the long-term work is in the systematic change. If that doesn't happen, programming is essentially useless because it's formality and not real change.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So we're happy that you came here to Penn College, but it's been a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
And so what kind of brought you here to Penn College, to Williamsport, Pennsylvania?
Wow. So I'm originally from North Carolina and a country boy from Salisbury. Shout out to Salisbury. It's not Salisbury. Salisbury steak. No, it's not that. Salisbury, North Carolina. Originally from there. And when I just continued to progress in my career, we ended up in Washington State. And I was the workforce dean of education there and a tenured faculty member in human services. And it was an amazing opportunity where we were at. My wife was in athletics as an assistant athletic director, and we were doing great things, but we were homesick. East Coast, baby, let's go. So we needed to get back to the East Coast, and my wife ended up being hired at Lycoming College, and it was a great opportunity. And from there, Mike Reed and, Dr. Reed and Dr. Gilmore ended up getting my resume. We had a couple conversations. Hillary was brought into the picture, and I came here for an interview that lasted all day. All day. Yeah, all day.
With like 100 people in and out of
I
things,
think we
right?
met with about 25 to 100. Yeah, literally all day interview. But it was amazing. And I was just floored at the campus and the amount of work. I met Pace and Joanna then, and they showed me around. It was amazing. And I met so many people. I don't even remember everyone that I met that day. But there were so many people. But a funny story, Dr. Reed and I, this is how we talk about just authenticity and being like full of candor, right? And so we're sitting down and we're in the interview and he's sitting across from me and we're on the patio behind CC. And he has a necktie on and I have a necktie on. You want to come right. So all tied up. And we're just talking about candor and honesty and everything. And I said, look, if I can be transparent, I wouldn't have worn this necktie. He said, for real? He said, I don't wear a necktie either. I was looking at my wife saying, which tie should I wear? I said, I don't like neckties anymore. He said, I don't either. So guess what we did? He was like, I said, well, I'm about to take this off. He said, me too. And we snatched off our neckties and we finished the rest of the interview. And it was really cool because we came in the appropriate way. Mm-hmm. But after much dialogue and conversation, we were able to just connect a different way. And Pace was laughing. Like, I've never seen this in an interview. But we just snatched our neckties off and was like, cool, let's keep going. And it's feel a lot better now. We were able to let our hair down and continue in that authentic work. And I think it's shown in some of the work that we've been able to do so far.
Yeah, I think that we see that here at the college. I mean, historically, it's, we embrace that, the casualness when we need to. But when we need to get to work.
Oh, it's time to work.
We get to work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think we move at a faster pace than most places. And some will say, no. We really do. We move at a faster clip than most places. Like, they're going to spend a lot more time deliberating. And there's some things we still move slow with, and for good cause, right? Like, sometimes you need to slow down so you can move further. But we move at a faster pace than most organizations in education, seriously.
Oh, yeah. And I think we've seen that throughout your time here, throughout Dr. Reed's time, and hopefully in the future too, moving forward.
Absolutely.
So you kind of talk about like the casual aspect of that day when you came for your interview here at Penn College. Was there anything else that day or that you've seen since that's really unique and stands out, catches your eye about Penn College?
Yeah, I think more than anything, the people. So the people are unique. And so the fact that we have a lot of industry individuals here that are working, that are teaching, that's a big deal. And that's rare. Something else that you see is the heart for the student. So you can walk on this campus and we can disagree about 15,000 things. But the one thing everyone will agree on is we're going to do this for the students. And we're going to put aside our differences and we're going to make sure our students are in the best hands and they have the best equipment and they have the best experience so that they can be great tomorrow makers. Mm-hmm. You saw how I threw that plug in there?
Yeah.
I'd
That was
see
a
that.
plug.
Yeah.
That was a plug. That's when we break for commercial.
Yeah. So we talk about everything that Penn College has to offer and the uniqueness here. Is there anything that you want to see at Penn College? You want to see happen here in the near future?
Yeah. Well, one, I would love. I think one day, and Dr. Reed probably said it best. Like, we shouldn't be. Like, no longer should we be excited about being the hidden secret, like that hidden jewel or that hidden diamond. Okay, those days are long gone. People need to know about us. We should be talked about. And I think that's the one thing that I would like to see change is just, and that's not a marketing thing. It is an awareness, right? And so it's not just because it's so simple as marketing. It's not that simple. We need like people getting out speaking, showcasing our students. And when alum is out, like we talk about, and we're seeing it. And that's why we're growing like we are. That's why scholarships are at an all-time high. And, college relations are doing so well, raising funding, and then workforce education is so strong is because we're getting our name out there. And all I would like to see is us continue that and not slow down, but just hit it harder. Even the idea of partnering with other colleges so that students want to come from other places here. So they may get some stuff there and then they come here, or may get some stuff here and you go there to get a master's or a doctorate. But because we have agreements, that would be amazing, right? So if Yale said, oh, we need that hands-on that you provide, but we want to offer something else and we would love to partner with you. That is mind-blowing. Not throwing them out there. It would just be cool to see that type of partnership with other institutions.
Yeah, definitely. And when you have as many employers coming here for a career fair as there are students, I mean, we definitely need to get some more students here.
So the growth matters, right? Yeah, like we can't produce students fast enough. What an amazing problem to have. Just, we can't produce students fast enough. That's amazing. And someone say, well, just get more students. Well, diminish the quality. So it's not as easy as just flipping a light switch to fix it. It takes strategy and it takes time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, my man. Keep going. You're doing great, by the way. You're doing amazing. Do we have an applause on there?
We do, but I'm afraid to hit which button it might be.
Try it. Just do it.
Let's go. You're doing amazing.
I appreciate it.
I was one button away from a horn.
No, yeah. So this kind of goes back to one of our first conversations. And it also plays into, as I said earlier, I'm a resident assistant. So for those who aren't familiar, resident assistants, we conduct all halls at the end of each year, academic year, which are kind of just a big event in our own little communities throughout the whole Penn College community. So there are several different all halls that go on. So going back to our conversation early, we had I know you threw out the idea of concert, and I think you know some people. So,
yeah, I do know some people.
So I was thinking, instead of doing all these mini...
I feel like this is pressure right now.
I want to say we didn't know he was going to ask this. I have no idea what he's going to say.
He's building
No, this
to
might
something.
a little bit, but no, I just want to get your opinion on it. So like instead of doing small little all halls, as we call them, at the end of the year, I think we should get one big Penn College celebration. I think that'll be great for our students.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I think we can get. We can get something behind it. You see, I saw you at the midnight breakfast.
Yes.
That's a huge event here. We have hundreds of students that come out to that event and really enjoy that event. And
I was floored.
You have faculty, you have administration that comes out to the event and shows their support as well. I think we can do the same in a concert setting or something for students right on the library lawn.
Look, I'm not opposed to that, but that's not my call.
Yeah.
Let me be very clear. I think like that would be cool, right? So a part of strategy is throw out ideas and then we sit down, we take it back. We don't trash it or say, nope, that's not what we're going to do. But there's something that we can definitely look into and then look at the security risk because there's a security factor involved, right? Oh, yeah. Especially if we do it. The lawn is dope, right? Look out there. That's amazing. It's green, everything. And my man's cutting it right now. So it looks really good. But the thing is, how do we do that? Like, what does that look like? There is a cost factor involved. So that's something I'm okay with taking that back to the team and having that conversation.
Yeah, I just think when you look at other universities, other colleges, you see some of that. You see the concerts, the end of year celebrations.
Well, who would you like to see?
I think we'll have some differing opinions.
So who would you like to see though?
But I do think that a country artist here at Penn College would be fitting. I think you'd get a lot. I think
it would hit hard too. Yeah.
I think you'd get a lot of support behind that, a lot of student involvement. So.
Hold on, let's ask the other guests. I mean, the co-hosts and hosts and whatnot. So, what do we have? Who would you like to see on campus?
Oh, I'd take Queens of the Stone Age and Foo Fighters, the concert that I missed that hit.
Fighters. Ooh, that's strong. That's strong. Who would you?
I'm a Lumineers fan.
I'm not familiar. See?
Okay.
Man.
Indie, I would say.
Okay, indie. I like that style.
I think they border on country. Could they be country? There's some country vibe, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Do you know who they are?
I like the Lumineers.
Okay.
It's one of my mom's favorites.
Oh, okay.
No,
thanks.
he didn't do that. Did he just do that?
He did that.
He just did that. Oh my
All
goodness.
right. Well, we would pick a band that's appropriate for our student population.
No doubt.
You
No
know,
doubt.
so
That would be fun though. That would be fun. I think that would be really fun.
We didn't hear yours though, Nate.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm a jazz fan. So no one would come to my concert.
I'm there.
Okay, so be very few people like, we're not going to sit out here in this lawn and listen to jazz. What in the world?
that sounds like a good fit for the breakfast, the midnight breakfast.
Does? Yes.
There you go.
As long as we have sleeping bags, because everyone will
Right.
pass out after eating those pancakes right in the KDR, right? But no, so I don't know. I so many artists. I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A J. Cole fan. Like, so I would think it would be dope. I don't care who we bring. If we did something like that, it would be monumental on our
Oh, yeah.
campus.
It would be a first.
Yeah,
Any first is monumental.
no doubt.
So
No doubt.
Like this.
you got a
Look,
tradition.
here?
right here. This is a first. And I think what he's doing is he's trying to set the stage, right? So the first.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm starting to think this is the whole reason you wanted to help with the podcast to get this concert to the college.
It's been in the back of my mind. But no, the podcast, things like bringing concerts to anything like that, that are first are big steps, and there's some learning curves involved and things like that, and a lot that goes into it. But no, anything like that is monumental, and it brings great power behind it and for years to come.
it gives, but there again, it goes back to the question you was asking, what are the things that I would like to see, and seeing some growth and change and momentum. These are the things that are necessary, right? Like hosting a TED Talk. We can do it. We really can do it. And we have the personnel to do it and facilitate something like that. Host a TED Talk. Now, all of a sudden, institutions are coming here to get professional development and to hear more. And all of a sudden, the people in our communities and expanding out of our communities are paying attention, because now there's a TED Talk being hosted in Williamsport, the home of the Little League World Series, right? That's another commercial break.
Well, you know who's going to get tapped to be the speaker.
Not me. But it's fun. I think that those are the things. I just finished the innovation series, so the Blue Belt with the Eureka Ranch, right? And I think that in that course, there's a system to innovation. And that's something that I think our institution should, like, we do well, but I think we can really embody that and do that at an amazing level, beyond well. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a system to innovation. It's not just throw something out there and then, I think it works. No, it's gather data, trial it, pilot it, let's vet it and see if it works. And if it works, like that idea of the concert, we would vet it and see if it works. And if it makes sense with everything, with our stakeholders and with our students, does it speaks to our mission? Does it speak to the students? Does it speak to our values? And if so, and we have the resources to do it, maybe a concert coming up. I don't know. I didn't just vet it. I'm just saying that's what the process will look, because there's a system, right? And then we'll build from there.
And concerts more on the casual, relaxed side of things to give students like little celebration at the end of the year. But definitely like the TED Talks, TEDx Hold Conference here in Williamsport. I think that would be huge. That kind of goes back to the Night of Empowerment
Absolutely.
that we held here in Williamsport, which I thought was a great event. And I think we need more events like that, because students love going out to those, and you learn a lot from something like that. An hour, 2 hour long presentation conference, whatever it may be, you get a lot out of that, and you kind of come back from it, thinking back on it and feeling like, wow, that was powerful.
It was, and a couple of students got internships off of it as well.
Yeah. So there you
That
go.
was a big
Nice.
deal. Yeah.
Now, I might be wrong, but I think there was a TEDx Williamsport group. I'm not sure if they're still active, but I think that might be some summer homework for you, Jason.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Find that out.
That's your homework. That would be huge if there were. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. All right. So what we got next, Jay?
Oh yeah. So just kind of going off, what do you see as one of our biggest challenges here at Penn College? I know we kind of talked a little bit about being like the hidden gem, and how we're trying to move on from that and grow upon that. And we talked a little bit about innovation, the Eureka Ranch, Blue Belt, and things that we offer that people outside of Penn College might not know that we offer those things. I found Penn College through a Google search of innovative schools, and Penn College came up for number 3 on the Northeast region.
We have a student from the Bahamas. I don't want to be wrong, from Caribbean. And he looked up innovative colleges and he found Penn College. I think we were number 2. And so the question was, we need to work on that SEO. So we can get
You just got done saying this wasn't a marketing.
I was like, no, Nate, no, we're not. But like you said, people are trying, they're just searching and they're finding us. Still the hidden jewel, right? But they're finding us. And if we have 4,000, close to 5,000 that found us, what would it be if we're no longer hidden? If we're not hidden anymore? I don't know if we will be able to contain what's coming, right? Like, it would be that much. And that's, to me, that's exciting. It make me go back to my office and say, hey, we need to look at how we're going to handle this. Are we prepared for what's to come? Like, that's encouraging. It shows opportunity. I think one of the areas, that would be an opportunity, just coming off of the innovation series, sometimes we're so busy, we don't make room for investments in the future. And what I mean by that is we don't take time, we don't allot or schedule ourselves time to be innovative because we're always doing the next thing or we're always putting out a fire. And so I think just systematically looking at where we are as an institution, every department, every person, and being authentic and saying, hey, all of us are busy, but are we all this busy? Like, how many if everyone is this busy, I think is the Eisenhower matrix says, if everything is urgent and important, nothing is. Mm-hmm. So if everyone is that busy, I'm just being real animated, that busy, we're not really that busy. It's a facade. But if we say, okay, I have a lot of things on my plate and I'm managing my time well, and I'm going to schedule, every 2 weeks, I'm going to schedule an hour, or once a month, I'm going to schedule an hour where we have an innovative hour in my department. Then this is the hour when we sit down and we don't cut out any ideas, just spitball it. So we have a list. And then the next hour, we're going to come through and pick out 2, and we're going to go through there's a process to innovation. We're going to go through the process on 2. Then we'll come back and we'll go through the process on the next until we figure out what we can do best, or until we figure out how to better manage the time so we can innovate.
Wow. That was a lot. So do you see, can you give a little bit of a preview of any of the recent innovations or things that you see coming to fruition here in the near future?
Currently, I'm glad Carlos is in the building.
Is this going to be a handoff I'm not prepared for?
So, not at all. So something that I'm working on is my project is called the Representation Campaign. And so because we are a predominantly white institution, it is what it is. That's not bad. But because we are that, we have students that are of the global majority, come from various backgrounds. And what I want to do is do a representation campaign. Are we going to hire 25% more diverse clients tomorrow? Staff and faculty? No. Are we going to increase our student body population by 25%? No, we're not. But what we can do is show representation in imaging. So my project was to go through every major and find greats in that particular field. So construction, right? So find greats that someone that has a disability, or someone that's transgender in that community, someone that is of the global majority in that community. I don't say minorities, I say global majority. There's a research around it. Hello. Okay, so and then we have these pictures and images of different people within construction, and we hang those and line the walls with them. What does that do? Does that make our campus more diverse? No, it doesn't. but it shows representation. So when students are coming on our campus or family members are on our campus, they can say, oh, this is the culture. They embody this. They welcome this. This is a part of who they are. I think I'll be okay if I stop here. If I stop here and not go to the next institution and make this my choice, I think I'll be okay. And I think what it does is culturally, it makes everyone more aware as well. And we do that in every major across our entire campus.
That's great.
Representation campaign. I appreciate that.
Yes, good job. Let us know what you need. I'll speak for Carlos.
But Summer knows exactly where that work's
Yeah.
going to go.
From here to here to here.
But I think that it will be so low cost, high yield.
Yeah.
And when we think about concerts, we have to, you don't find the dopest artist who's charging $60,000 a show, right? $150,000 a show. You have to find the next artist as they're inching their way in, or someone on their way out. Low cost, and you get a high yield, right? Just that's my idea. But we have so many brilliant ideas that are coming through the pipeline, so I can't wait to see where we are.
So what if someone has an idea? Someone's listening to this and they have a really great idea. What do they do?
That's a great question. We don't have a think tank space yet. And I think we need to create a think tank space. So if you have a great idea and you're like, I don't want it to get squandered, shoot me an email. Nwoods at the rest, ect.edu.
Put it in the show notes.
Yeah, so just shoot me an email and I'll put it in an innovative folder that I have, so then it's not it's not thrown away. But I think that's something we can start thinking about. Big picture is, how do we get these ideas out and they not get cut down? And that just, the psychology, the counseling in me starts to think of the word trust next. Mm-hmm. If I put my idea out there, can I trust that it's going to fully be vetted? Or is it going to be put to the side? And so with me, it won't be put to the side. It's going to be in a folder because I'm not the innovative team, right? But I think we can create something where we can start looking at innovative ways to enhance our campus.
Something I've been working on, and a couple other students and a couple faculty, are the student-run businesses.
Yeah.
So
that's brilliant.
Any insight on that, or any of your thoughts on student-run businesses and what they mean coming to Penn College?
Yeah, so one, I think that's genius. We're teaching, there are a couple of parts to that I think are important. So the first thing is, one, we need that, right? If we're teaching you how to work for someone, we should also teach you how to work for yourself. We should also teach financial literacy. We have students coming out of here making more money than their parents ever made. And somebody's going to get some new toys, right? And so how do we just give you the resources so that you don't put yourself in a bind, because now you have access to more resources than you ever could? This is one of the things that most people struggle with, is when people hit the lottery. The mass majority of people that hit the lottery end up in worse debt than they were before they hit the lottery. Well, if I'm making more money than my parents ever made, and I'm just starting, that's lottery. That is hitting the lottery, right? And I've never learned how to manage these resources, then that can create a situation. So with this, having the student-run businesses, I think what it will do is it will give insight, or push us to this place where we start thinking about financial literacy, how to run a business. What does that look like? How do you do your paperwork? How do you file your paperwork? And it gives you the confidence to go out and work for someone else, respect helping someone grow their business, and then still also do your thing if you decide to do so and you have the confidence to do it. No better place to learn than right here.
Oh, yeah. With all the resources that Penn College has to offer and the spaces and everything like that, I think we can really grow an entrepreneurial spirit and entrepreneurial culture mixed with the innovation of Penn College.
Absolutely.
And do some great things.
I think it will change. I think that alone will change how we teach.
Oh, yeah.
How we teach. And then what it also does is it reminds us as institutions, because sometimes we think because we have a doctorate or a degree or a certificate, or we have some experience, that, we're the smartest in the room, but that's not true always, right? And so we're smarter when we have more minds in the mix instead of just one mind. And so sitting down, listening to your input makes me better, and it helps us as a campus, big picture. And so I think there's a lot that we can learn from our students if we give an opportunity for you to voice your opinions and your thoughts.
Yeah. So what do you see? We've talked about some near future goals and some things coming to fruition here. What do you see for big picture, like 10 years down the road here at Penn College? And just thoughts, like anything you think that you'd like to see down the road or anything like that?
Wow. What I see is a campus that is more diverse than the city. And I see the city, what I see in my mind, or my hope would be, is our institution becomes the hub for the city. All resources, connections, business, ag, whatever you want to call it, will be the center. And we will be the hub. And I think that's what most institutions really want to be, is be the innovative space or the hub in whatever community they're in, so that everyone is going in and off the campus. It would be amazing to look out and we see people walking and spending time on our campus that's not even a part of our campus, not to do harm, but because this is the place to be. Families just, you need to see, they're walking their children when they're 5 and 6 and 7 across our campus to say, oh, you wouldn't believe what it was 10 years ago. Oh, I can't wait to see you come on this campus. That's what my dream, that's my selfish dream, is see my children walk off of this campus as graduates and going into the world doing great things.
Oh, I really like that. And I think it plays into everything that we've kind of talked about. Mm-hmm. You have the community coming to those TED Talks and the Nights of Empowerment, and you have the community supporting our student-run businesses and things like that. So
at the end of the day, I'm a fan of community, so I don't see us operating outside of community. Like, we need each other in order to build.
Yeah. So, knowing your role here with us is to spark transformation, do you have a call to action for our community here in Penn College?
Yeah, so my first call to action would be patient with yourselves and with each other as we're learning to engage in different population groups. And so if this is a learning institution, if someone uses the wrong pronouns or says something that's offensive, don't immediately jump to defense. I can't say don't be offended because it may hurt, right? But if this is a learning institution, at least give them the space to learn. So teach them how to say it the right way or to do it the right way, and then give them space to learn, to adapt so that they can. And I think that's really important on our campus, is if anything new is going to come in, sometimes we fear what we don't understand, but we have to be patient and learn. Like, this is an educational institution. And if you can't learn here, where do you learn at? If you can't learn at a school, it sounds simple, but it's a big deal. If you can't learn at a school, where do you learn? So we have to really be patient with ourselves. I don't care who you are, where you're from, your background. We have to really be patient and say, you said that wrong. That hurt. This is how I would prefer you to say it. And I may not talk to you ever again. And that's okay. But what did I do? I took the time to walk you through how to do it the right way the next time.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
So about a little bit of a piece of advice or anything like that you can leave us with today.
Okay, so this one of my favorite things. My uncle told me this years ago, and I believe it through and through. And my uncle told me this. He said, Nate, where your mind goes often enough, your body will soon follow. Where your mind goes often enough, your body will soon follow. So the piece of advice is, if you don't know affirmation statements or how to talk positive to yourself, look it up on your phone. Go see, want to speak to one of the counselors about affirmation statements, talk to your bosses or one of your professors, or come see me. But you have to start talking positive to yourself, particularly if you hear a lot of negative self-talk or you do a lot of negative self-talk, or that's what you've been taught to do. This is an opportunity. Learn an institution. Learn how to talk positive to yourself, because where your mind goes often enough, your body will follow. It will eventually follow you there. So be encouraged, keep your head up, and finish the semester strong.
That's a
Agreed.
great note to
Yes.
end on.
Yeah. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us today.
Not too busy for this. Appreciate you.
So yeah.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Dr. Woods, for your time.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Check out our show notes for bookmarks to your favorite sections and links to resources that we mentioned in today's episode.
You can also find past episodes and see what's on deck for upcoming ones at pct.edu/podcast.
And of course, we are open to your thoughts, ideas, and suggestions, so send those over at podcast@pct.edu.
It's been real.
Catch you next time.